copper coils. Do they make a difference or no? Good afternoon, good evening, good night everybody. Happy Tuesday to you all. Tuesday the 11th of August 2026, and it's day 177 of the Chilli Grow Up. Filmed from a bit of a distance, actually in the doorway right now, because the construction crew next door, they're putting the solar panels in on their roof. They've been here since about 7 and drilling, chatter, and about 4 radio stations playing at the same time. So I've kind of tried to time this in between their songs and commercials. So we're going to change it up a little bit indoors today. So let's get some plants inside and I'll tell you all about it. Okay, so I've selected 3 lots of plants, so 6 total, ones with copper coils, ones without copper coils, so we can check them, see what differences there are, if any, and just see whether it was worth the money or if I got ripped off £18. Other than that, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday and a great week. Me and Lucy are sweating a little bit in this sun. 27 degrees, and apparently on Thursday 37, 38 degrees. I think that's going to be the hottest this year. Crazy hot. So we're going to have to time this a little bit better. Do everything in the morning so we can avoid any noise issues and also the heat issues. If they need water and fertilizer before the heat gets to them, that's what we'll do. So let's do this. Let's start day 177. Happy Tuesday, Lucy. Are you ready for your egg? I think you are, aren't you? Yeah? Can I get a pull? Thank you. Enjoy. What a mess. So here we are indoors. I have 2 Carolina Reaper plants for you. So the first one is without a coil. Without the copper coil, it's managed to stay lovely and tall. We've got lots of flowers showing. Lots of flowers underneath. No peppers just yet that I can see. But again, looking good. So it just shows on its own it's doing fine. I need to adjust the support cane to make sure it's alongside it. And maybe put a tile on there. So that's the Carolina Reaper with no copper coil. Looks beautiful. Let's have a look at the Carolina Reaper with the copper coil. Now, not as tall as the one without, but so much more bushier. It's all branching off to the sides, look. Lots coming through. And it seems to be less scattered, but more bunched up flower buds. You see with the one without, yeah, they are in 3s, but they're kind of here, there, everywhere. Lots of them all over the place, but it just seems like here they are all bunched up in 3s or 4s all together. Now, yeah, really branched out. Like they want a lovely, strong, thick stem, and it really bushed out with the leaves here. See on this one, look, there was just a few, but this one, I have just cleared a lot out, as you can see, probably where I plucked them, but it was just all piling up over each other just for leaf space, and it won't be getting any in the sun because it's so shadowed over by the other leaves. But yeah, they are really bunched up around where the coil is. Because of the coil, who knows? But yeah, lots going on in the middle, branching up and out, and at the tops, it seems like it's all concentrated at the very top of each stem. Which makes sense, that's where the light's going to be climbing for. But yeah, very different. They both went into the 5-gallon grow bags around the same time. So the one without, kind of pods and flowers all over the place. Perfect. Not bushy. And a lot going on the top, not at the bottom. The one with, branched out completely, really bushy, all over the place. Not as tall. But it does seem like all of the peppers concentrated just at the top, just at the tips of each of the plant. So yeah, interesting. I can't really make my mind up. It's fine. Carolina Reapers will grow absolutely fine without a copper coil. And with a copper coil, they'll grow fine too. Just a little bit different maybe. There we go. You decide. Carolina Reapers. So now we're moving on to another super hot, the Armageddon. Now this Armageddon doesn't have a copper coil. This is probably our largest plant that we have out in the garden. The huge super hot. It's been round about in the middle of the pack, so it has been getting the full sunlight in the morning, the full sunlight in the afternoon. But just look at it. I mean, the twist top is too much for the ties, even I can't connect them down the bottom because the stem is so thick. But we've got literally 3 or 4 main branches. This first one is just branching out off to the left. And we've got lots of new buds showing there at the top. More coming up here. And there we go. There's a pod there. So we've got another pod forming here. So lots going on, but especially in the middle here, look. They're starting to get that Armageddon shape, aren't they? A couple more here. Some in the back. So yeah, midway, lots and lots of peppers. And then underneath we've got lots of flowers here. I've noticed the bees go absolutely crazy for the Armageddon flowers. They do show a kind of yellow lemon colour, so I don't know if that's the attraction, or I suppose it's just the pollen, but there we go. So that's the Armageddon without a copper coil. Let's have a look at one with a copper coil. So here we have an Armageddon with a copper coil. Like the one without, lovely thick stem, super thick, thicker than the one without, a little bit thicker, branching off nicely, all bunched up in the middle there. As we go further up, all seems to concentrate at the top, just like the Carolina Reaper. It seems like the ones with the copper coils are showing more bunched flowers and more bunched peppers, but that may just be a coincidence. But there we go. Bigger pods at the moment, growing a lot bigger. More production, especially that one at the back. Look at that. Gnarly, brutal looking. So yeah, we got 6 pods here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on the one without. So again, I'm a bit perplexed on if it's made a difference, because the one without a lot taller, a lot bushier than the one with, but the pods are producing more, or seem to be speeded up a little bit more. Who knows? Both look great though. I've got to admit that both look awesome. The Armageddons without a copper coil and with a copper coil. All right, let's have a little look at these Padrons. Been super productive, grown so well from the get-go, and as you can see, a thick dark canopy, lots and lots of leaves, lots of buds and peppers starting to show. And if you remember, I did a video where we fried these up tapas style, and there are loads ready now. That one needs a bit more time. But yeah, as we turn it around, it's just been a really productive plant. Again, no copper coil. As you can see, it's just been a lovely stemmed plant. Let's remove some of these bottom leaves. Don't need them, do we? But yeah, super thick stem, lots of production on the Padrón. So here we have a Padrón with a copper coil. Looking excellent, really productive. Not much going on the bottom, unlike the one without. But as you can see, as we go up the stem, lots of production midway and at the top. They're just looking excellent, and these are pretty much ready. Haven't really attacked this one too much because I was busy taking the peppers from this one, but as you can see, lots going on in the middle and up the stem, and the one without, it seems to be more out on the edges of the stems and branches. Height wise, there is a difference. I mean, the one with the copper coil, significantly taller and bushier. So to be honest, out of all the ones we've had a look at, I would honestly say potentially it has helped. Okay, example here, that's one without, that's one with. And as you can see, lots more foliage, lots more leaves, thicker production, and I think more peppers. Even though I have been picking this one, I can't really use that as a valid excuse because I have been plucking away at them. But yeah, lots more in the middle. And this one seems to be more spread out. But plenty of flower production, plenty of pod production. Just either way, a wonderful, wonderful pepper to grow. And I think that sorted out my dinner. Fried, tapas-style padrones. Yeah, that's my dinner sorted. In some olive oil. We're going to fry them up now, blister them up good, and dig in and see how many of them are mild and how many of them are spicy as a jalapeno. Maybe even a bit more spicy. But that wraps up day 177. My apologies for not being outside basically at all. They're blasting 3 or 4 radio stations whilst clanging, banging, shouting, screaming, swearing. So you don't want to hear any of that, do you? So a little different today. But please let me know what you think. I'm a bit confused on which ones are, whether the copper core has made a difference or not. The Padrones, I think it has. The Armageddons, it certainly hasn't. The Carolina Reapers, no difference at all. You know, it's who knows, really. But I would like to hear your comments. It's still a very interesting topic for me. Still very experimental. I guess we'll know fully once everything's harvested. We can do a harvest count, especially on the super hearts. With the Padrones, Brennan Willata, spicy, sweet banana, that's where the numbers aren't going to really matter, because as you know, I've been picking and consuming all these peppers. It's my personal stash. We've got the super hots and, you know, Scotch bonnets and Kashmiri merch. We're going to try and get those to the Indian and Jamaican restaurants across the street down the village. So that wraps up the day, everybody. I want to thank you all for joining us. It means the world to Lucy and I. Please don't forget, like, share, subscribe and all that jazz. From seed to harvest, our daily vlog. So we're going to get ready for that heat wave in the next couple of days. So I think tomorrow will just be a check over. I'll do a few extra things. Thursday morning, before the construction crew, water and fertiliser. So we're ready for that 38, 39, maybe even 40 degree heat wave. You take care of yourselves, okay? Make sure you look after me, myself and I. Because no one's going to throw you a lifeline if you're drowning. Happy Tuesday. Thanks all again. You take care now. And we will see you tomorrow. See you Wednesday for day 178. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.